Monero value equivalent to $132.28 a coin. The present exchanged cost range, $128.77, $133.36. The earlier day close, $130.39. The change was plus 189, plus 145%. Reverse rate, ACE to XMR. Monero figure for August 2024. Before all else cost at $159. Excessive cost $159, while low cost $138. The arrived at the midpoint of cost $151. Monero cost figure toward the month's end $148. Change for August 69%. Monero cost expectation for September 2024. Before all else cost at $148. Exorbitant cost $148, while low cost $116. They found the middle value of cost $134. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end $125. Change for September 15.5%. Monero gauge for October 2024. In the first place, cost at $125. Exorbitant cost $134, while low cost $116. They found the middle value of cost $125. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end $125. Change for October 0%. Monero cost expectation for November 2024. In the first place, cost at $125. Exorbitant cost $135, while low cost $117. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $126. Monero cost figure toward the month's end $126. Change for November's down 8%. Monero figure for December 2024. Initially cost at $126. Excessive cost $136, while low cost $118. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $127. Monero cost figure toward the month's end $127. Change for December's 8%. Monero cost expectation for January 2025. Initially cost at $127. Excessive cost $157, while low cost $127. They found the middle value of cost $140. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end $147. Change for January 15.7%. Monero estimate for February 2025. First and foremost cost at $147. Exorbitant cost $162, while low cost $140. They found the middle value of cost $150. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end $151. Change for February 27%. Monero cost expectation for Warp 2025. At the outset cost at $151. Excessive cost $166, while low cost $144. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $154. Monero cost figure toward the month's end $155. Change for spring 26%. Monero figure for April 2025. Initially cost at $155. Excessive cost $168, while low cost $146. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $157. Monero cost figure toward the month's end $157. Change for April 13%. Monero cost expectation for May 2025. Initially cost at $157. Exorbitant cost $194, while low cost $157. They found the middle value of cost $172. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end $181. Change for May 15.8%. Monero estimate for June 2025. First and foremost cost at $181. Exorbitant cost $197, while low cost $171. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $183. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end $184. Change for June 17%. Monero cost expectation for July 2025. Before all else cost at $184. Excessive cost $198, while low cost $172. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $185. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end $185. Change for July's on 5%. Monero conjecture for August 2025. Before all else cost at $185. Excessive cost $207, while low cost $179. We arrived at the midpoint of cost $191. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end $193. Change for August 3%. Monero cost expectation for September 2025. At the outset cost at $193. Excessive cost $214, while low cost $186. They arrived at the midpoint of cost $198. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 200, change for September 36%. Monero conjecture for October 2025. At the outset cost at $200. Excessive cost 248, while low cost 200. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 220. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 232, change for October 16%. Monero cost expectation for November 2025. At the outset cost at $232. Excessive cost 255, while low cost 221. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 237. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 238, change for November 26%. Monero figure for December 2025. Initially cost at $238. Excessive cost 243, while low cost 211. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 230. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 227, change for December 46%. Monero cost expectation for January 2026. Initially cost at $227. Excessive cost 247, while low cost 215. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 230. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 231, change for January 18%. Monero figure for February 2026. Before all else cost at $231. Excessive cost 244, while low cost 212. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 229. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 228, change for February 13%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2026. Before all else cost at $228. Exorbitant cost 235, while low cost 205. I found the middle value of cost 222. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 220, change for spring 35%. Monero gauge for April 2026. In the first place cost at $220. Exorbitant cost 273, while low cost 220. They found the middle value of cost 242. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 255, change for April 15.9%. S to XMR expectation for May 2024. Before all else cost at 0.775 coins. Excessive costs joyed 55, while lows were 649. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.743. The S to XMR conjecture toward the month's end to 1694, change for May 10.5%. Dollar to Monero conjecture for June 2024. Before all else cost at 0.694 coins. Excessive cost 0.794, while lows E 588. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.676. The US to XMR conjecture toward the month's ends of 6029, change for June 9.4%. US to XMR expectation for July 2024. At the outset cost at 0.629 coins.